What's up, and welcome back to the Market Snapshot, where we take a look at what's going on in the Utah real estate market. So this week we have seen things starting to level off a little bit. We still have great interest rates going on, and then we talk about what a blind offer is, which has to do with obviously submitting an offer on a house. So stay tuned, and we're going to dive into all those things. So I want to take a second and say a big thank you to all of our subscribers and repeat viewers. We finally made it to 100 subscribers on the Wasatch Front Living YouTube channel, so woohoo! That's awesome news, and we really appreciate all your guys' support. If you guys are enjoying what you're seeing here today, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and leave us a like or comment on the video. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into what's been going on in the market. So days on market last week, we were at 23 days. This week, we've dropped to 22 days on market. So that, again, guys, I know I say this pretty much every video just because how crazy the market is, but that is very, very, very fast. So it is tough to be in this market as a buyer, but it's awesome to be in this market as a seller because your home's going under contract immediately. In most cases, you give it a few days maybe to have people submit more and more offers, make it more competitive. But in any case, sellers are getting their house under contract, they're getting big bids, and they're selling their homes in most cases for over asking, which is awesome for sellers. What's attracting buyers so much to keep coming in, even with the high prices we're seeing, is those low interest rates we'll talk about a little bit later. But days on market, 22 days, so fast. So average sales price, last week we were at $425,000. This week we've jumped up to $438,000, which, again, like I was saying in the last video, that jump between 10 to 20, fluctuating from week to week, isn't a huge deal. What we have to look for is that median price just continuing to climb, and we have seen that just a little bit. It's stayed steady. You don't see a huge climb over just a few months. What you have to pay attention to is over that 6 to 7 to to the year mark, as far as that median price just climbing. So we are seeing home prices go up, and it's a trend that looks to continue as we sit right now. Number of sold homes, and this last couple weeks have really surprised me. This week we're leveling out a little bit, which is what I expect to see. But last week we were at 1,047 sold homes. This week we've dropped down just to 857 sold homes, which is still quite a bit. It's still above an average as far as real estate sales, but we are dropping down a little bit, and I do expect that home sales will continue to decrease into those colder months. So that's not to say that the market just completely freezes over when it gets cold, but it does slow down, just the way it works. So do expect to see those home sales continue to decline, but that's not signaling that the market is unhealthy or anything like that. Until we see a huge drop, the market is still healthy, it's still humming. And as we pay attention to all of the statistics together, like days on market, average sales price, active listings, etc., that will signal more towards whether the market is either declining, staying the same, or continuing to be robust like it is. All right, so on to active listings. Last week we were at 1,910. This week we've dropped down to 1,815 active listings. We've seen that steady decline over these past couple weeks, and so that is signaling, again, towards that colder months, the market slows down just a tiny bit, just as it's a normal thing that happens. So people aren't putting their house on the market right now. They might be waiting till spring. I do still expect that people will continue to list their home, just not as the same numbers that we've been seeing over the summer and into the early fall, late fall here. As soon as we get super cold, like I've been saying in the video, things slow down. So don't be alarmed by the declining numbers in active listings. Number of under contract homes. Last week we were at 5,870. This week we're at 5,746 under contract homes. So that number hasn't changed very much at all, but it is correlated with number of active listings, sold homes, and those types of things. So those numbers kind of run together. The under contract homes has been declining just a tiny bit. I think this week we don't see much of a change, but the last couple of weeks we've seen it going down because the number of active listings is going down and the number of sold homes has gone up. So that means obviously the under contract number will drop because they're no longer under contract, they're sold. So nothing to worry about. Seeing a decline there, all is normal. All right, on to interest rate. Last week we were at 2.94% as an interest rate for 30-year fixed mortgage. This week we've jumped up just a little bit to 2.97%, which is still awesome. It's sub 3, and you're still going to be saving a lot of money if you're in the market right now and you see that little bit of a change. You're like, oh crap, the interest rate has gone up. Yes, it's gone up, but it hasn't gone up by much, and you're still that sub 3 rate. So you're still going to be locking in an excellent rate for the term of your home loan. So buyers, don't freak out. Still a great rate. Still a good time to be acquiring money for financing for a home. All right, so our real estate term this week is blind offer. And like I was saying in the beginning of the video, this has to do with submitting an offer on a home. So what a blind offer means is that you haven't physically seen or toured the home with your own eyes. You haven't been there on the property, but you look at the listing, maybe on the MLS or whatever home search site you're using. You're like, oh, I love this house. It meets all of our criteria. Let's go ahead and submit an offer just to get our foot in the door. So what will happen is your agent will, write up an offer just as normal, submit it, and then you get an accepted offer and you take that due diligence period to go tour the home, see if you like it, see if you want to continue in that home inspection and appraisal process, the normal process of buying a home, or you submit that offer and then you take, maybe some time later that day or the next day or the next while the seller is still mulling over maybe a multiple offer situation to see if you like the house. And if you do like the house, you just keep your offer in the mix. Or if you go to the house and you're like, oh, it's not quite what I thought it was, let's go ahead and take our offer out. All you do is rescind your offer and you're no longer in the mix for getting that house under contract. All right, guys, that is the market snapshot this week. I want to thank you again for joining us. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe to the Wasatch Front Living YouTube channel. Other than that, guys, I am a real estate agent here in Utah. So if you're looking to buy or sell a house, reach out to me. I'd love to help you. I love to help educate, so if you're only looking for some answers to questions, I'm happy to talk to you and answer any questions that you might have about the home buying or selling process. So feel free to reach out in any of the various forms via phone call, text, or email. So thank you again for joining us today, and I'll see you guys next time on the Market Snapshot.